Okay, all right. So in previous class, we had just started about Python, as we discussed. So in previous class, we saw about what is how to use print statement, very simple, and couple of data types, variables, what is variables, and we covered data types like how to store data, like numerical data, integer data, float data, right? And string data, any name in double quote, single quote, Boolean data like true and false. So these are called simple data type, which we have
Yes.
yesterday we covered, okay? And
Yeah.
also we saw list when we have to store multiple data point. Suppose I have multiple names, I have multiple employee salary, I have multiple ages. So whenever we have a multiple items, collection of items, sequence of items, okay. So in that case, we have to use list, and one list can contain multiple items, okay. And yesterday we also saw that list has couple of property. For example, index. What is index in list? So once we create a list, for example, here, suppose this is my list, right? So once we create a list, every element in the list has some positioning. So list
Yes.
maintain a position, zeroth position, first position, like that. Okay. So that positioning is called index. Okay. It is called index. And we also saw that list has a ordered. Uh, it maintains the order. Okay. I mean, in what order you add inside the list, you will get in the same order. It will maintain the order. Okay. It is just like a queue system. So the person who came first, we will get the first. Okay. So it maintains the order system and changed. We can change the element. Let's suppose I created some list and I want to change their element. So we can change the element. So we can modify the list. Okay. And how to modify the list using indexing. Using indexing, we can update the any element at particular position, particular index. So this what we had seen yesterday. So this is one list, and I'm printing it and position. So every index, every element in the list has a position, which called index. And in programming language, it start with the 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So if you want to pull any data, so there are two things: fetching. So I can suppose I have a list. So from the list, I can fetch something. I can pull some data. So how to pull the data using indexing like this? You have to give the variable name, which is the list, and give the right index. Okay, so the element which are sitting at that index, at that position, you will can pull it. So you can fetch it.
Yeah.
And then suppose you want to update as list, we can update the list. We can update the item in the list. So how to update? Again, using indexing. So I can go at particular index and you can set any new data point. Okay, something like this. So this is what we had seen in last class, okay? And so list has this property, indexing, order, change, okay? And how to pull the data, how to fetch the data from the list that we have seen, and how to update the item in the list. So this much we have seen about the list, okay?
Yes.
So any questions here, any doubt you have?
No, sir. No, sir. Everything is clear.
Okay. Now let's talk about tuple. What is tuple? Okay. So again, I will use uh, I will use Cloud here. Okay. So I'm some setting some in some context that as a Python expert and teach me the topics which I will ask, and you wait for that. You wait for my questions. Okay. So I'm just setting some context. So it will become like an expert and it will start teaching me. Okay. Now, what is tuple in Python? Uh, give some teach me with some examples. Okay. So tuple and list both are almost same. Whatever you have seen in the list, same thing you can do with tuple. I mean, you can assume that both are twins brother. Okay, list and tuples both are exactly same. So whatever you have learned in the list, same thing apply to tuple. There's one change, one difference. I will talk about that, but it has the same property as like a list. Okay, so as a tuple is also like a list. For example, in the list we store multiple items. Okay, similarly in the tuple also we store multiple items. So it's very similar to list. Okay, and all the property of list also apply to tuple. For example, order. Okay, so it maintain the order. So in what order you add inside a tuple, it will maintain the order just like a list. Okay, and yeah, so there's one basic difference and how to write a tuple. So this is a tuple. Okay, let me write here. Write a tuple. So here, suppose I writing t is equal to like this. Okay, so once we create a list, we give a square bracket like this. Okay, for suppose 1 2 comma 3, so it becomes a list. Okay, or if you want to create a tuple, you don't have to give a square, you have to go parenthesis like this. So this is the only difference to write a tuple and the list. So in the list, we give a square bracket. In tuple, we give angle bracket like this. Okay, like this. So now T become a tuple. Okay, if you want to print it, you can print it. So let me print T. So I can print and it can display the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So just like a list, it also contains collection of items. Okay. We can store items. Okay. And also it maintains the order. See, you can see that I have added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the same order, I'm getting the print also. So it maintains the order. Okay. Same thing.
Okay.
And also it has an indexing concept. The same concept you read, you study in this same concept for indexing also apply here. Okay. Let's suppose I want to pull, I want to fetch 4. Okay. I want to fetch 4. So how to fetch 4? So what is the index for 4 here? For this in this tuple, for this element 4, what is the index?
Just
0, 1, 2,
three,
3, right? 3.
three,
So suppose
three.
I want to pull 3, 4, then I have to write like this, square bracket 3. Okay. So 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this will give you, suppose I'm storing in some y. Okay. So, and if you print y, then it will give you the element which you pull, which is 4. Okay. So you can see the same concept as you apply in the lists, the concept indexing concept is pretty much similar, the tuple also.
Okay.
Okay. So you can fetch. Okay. So here I'm fetching the content. I'm just fetching, just like a list, I can fetch in the tuple. Okay. One thing that's the only difference between tuple and list. Almost 99% both are same. Okay. But there's a one basic difference. Yeah, so there's a one basic difference between list and tuple, that just remember that tuple you cannot change, you can't update the tuple. That's the only difference. Okay, list you can update, you can make modification in the list item. For example, we saw right yesterday we saw right. Suppose it has Rakesh. I want to change. So list allow you to update its content. It's a you can change. Okay, it is called mutation. It's a technical term. So list is a mutable kind of data structure. You can mutate. You
So
can update.
can you repeat it again? What term did
Okay,
you use now?
it is term is called mutation. Mutation.
Okay.
It's a technical term. Mutation means change. Okay, update or mutate something. So you can change something. Okay, so list is a mutable. It is also called mutable data structure. Mutable data structure. uh, so you can change it. Okay, so this is a technical term: mutation, updation, mutable. These are pretty much synonyms, same. Okay, so list in the as we saw that how to update the element in the list, right? So it is mutable data type, but it does not apply for tuple. Okay, so tuple is, it's also a collection of items just like a list. It has all the same property, indexing, ordering, but only thing you cannot update. Okay, let me give a demo. let's suppose I want to update. Suppose by mistake I'm updating something. Okay, so suppose this is my tuple. Okay, how to create tuple? We saw, right? Just you have to use angle bracket like this. Okay, so it becomes a tuple. Okay, let's suppose one. Okay, the first element. Okay, I want to change the first element from 1 to 100. Let's suppose I want, this is my intention. Okay, I have 1 here, I want to make it 100. Okay, so how to do that? In suppose it's a list, so in the list, how we do that? Using indexing, right? If you have seen my previous class. Okay, so I will update the first element. Okay, so I will do like this. I will use indexing T0, right? So it will pull the first element, and I want to give some new data point. Suppose I want to give 100. So this is called updation, right? So here in the tuple 0, the element which are index 0, which is 1, I want to make it 100. This is my intention. Okay. So let us see. If I run this program, this simple code, which is a tuple, how the program is going to behave. Okay. Let me run this. So it is giving you error. Okay. So error says that tuple object does not support item assignment. It means that tuple you cannot modify. Okay, intentionally, suppose by mistake you're trying to modify something, by trying to change something, tuple will not allow. So this is the basic difference. Okay, so the difference is a list is a mutable kind of a structure. You can mutate it, you can change it, and tuple is only read only. This is the basic difference. Okay, list. If somebody asks you what is the difference between list and tuple, so list is a mutable data structure. It's a mutable structure. Okay, and but tuple is read only. That's only difference. Okay. So tuple is just for display purpose, only for read only. You cannot modify the content inside the tuple, but you can modify in the list. Okay. So will you remember this? This is the only difference. You cannot change it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, but other property like indexing, the way list work with indexing, same concept also apply here, indexing concept, and order. Okay. Only you cannot update it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. For example, here also the Claude is giving some examples. Suppose this is my tuple. I can create a variable. Okay, you can give any variable name and equal sign and this opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis, and you could put any element. Okay, so just like a list, you can put anything inside tuple. You can put integer, you can put float, you can put string, you can put boolean. It can store. You can store anything. For example, you can see here is a mix. Okay, so here I'm storing one, which is integer type. I'm storing hello, which is a string type. I'm storing float type. I'm storing boolean type. So I'm storing all kind of data type. It is quite possible, just like a list. Okay, and you can display it. Okay, so this is the only difference. Or suppose you want to get empty tuple. Okay, without any element. Okay, this is one thing. Empty. Sometimes what happen in program, we have to initialize something. Okay, so we can create empty list. Okay, for example, empty list. So it's very simple. If you want to create an empty list without any element, just use angle bracket, this square bracket. Okay, so it becomes an empty list. It has no element. It's a empty. If you want to print this empty. So there's no content right now. Maybe later I can add content, but right now, when I'm creating this variable, there is no content. So it's empty. Okay. Similarly, if you want to create a tuple, just do like this, empty tuple. So it becomes empty tuple and you can print it. It will show empty tuple. Okay. So this is a way to create empty. Empty means there's no element right now. Maybe future I can add something. Okay. How
So
to access?
oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
go ahead.
sir.
Yeah, go
Empty
ahead.
list and empty tuple, both concepts are there.
Yeah, both. I can create empty list. I can create empty tuple. I can create both.
Okay. Okay.
But here right now it's a tuple. Okay. So I can create both. I can create empty list. I can create empty tuple. I mean, there's no content right now. When I'm creating the
Okay.
variable, there's no content. Maybe future may it can have some content, but right now there's no content.
Okay, sir.
Okay. It is called initialization. Okay. So we can create empty items. Okay. And from the tuple, we can access, we can fetch element. Okay, it's a read only, so we can fetch the element. Okay, so how to fetch the element using indexing? Okay, which I covered, right? So indexing always start with the zero index, 0, 1, 2, 3 like this. Okay, let's suppose I want to pull cherry from here. So what is the index for cherry? 0, 1, 2. Okay. So I have to go. I have to give index 2. So fruits index 2, it will become cherry. This like you can pull it. Okay. Slicing I will cover later. Okay. And one thing, tuple is immutable. List is a mutable. I mean, I can update the element in the list. It is called mutable, and it is called immutable. I mean, I cannot change it. It's just opposite. It's just a word. Okay, mutable opposite is immutable. So tuple is immutable. List is a mutable. Okay. So I gave a demo, right? Suppose this is my tuple, and you want to change something. For example, here at 0 element, it is trying to assign 10. It is 1 right now. It is trying to update with 10. So it will not allow. It will give an error. Support item assignment. Okay, so you just copy this code and you can try in your Google Colab.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
so these are some common operations. Okay, there are multiple operations. I will talk about that, but these are the very basic one. How to deal with tuple, create tuple, add some element, initialize some element, and you can fetch the element. Okay, but you cannot update the tuple. This is very
Oh,
basic thing about tuple. There are a lot of things about that, but I'm not covering. I will cover later. But this is very basic to get started. Okay, so any confusion with the list and tuple? Both are like twins, brother. But there's one basic difference that tuple you cannot modify and list you can modify. That's the only basic difference.
yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. There's more operation I will talk about later, but right now let's yeah. So we covered tuple. Okay. Next is about dictionary. This is very important, and this four thing is very important. Okay, in programming, especially in the Python, you list, how to deal with list, how to deal with tuple, dictionary set. This is very, very important. Okay. So that's why I'm giving some time here. I'm being slow here, but because this is very foundation. Okay. Now, suppose I want to understand about dictionary. What is dictionary? Okay. So now I'm asking to teach me dictionary with some example. Okay. So I cover list, I cover tuple. Let us see about what is dictionary. Okay. Okay. So dictionary, okay, access, modify, remove. Okay, all right. So let us understand in some detail. Okay, so as of now, we have covered list, tuple, and I'm going to cover dictionary. Okay, and then again, I will come back with list. Okay, so I will again
Mm,
revise list, tuple, and dictionary at the same as a whole as a one time. Okay, so list because these three are very important. List, tuple, dictionary. You should have a good command over this, how to use it. Okay, so again, I will come back. Okay, so let us start with dictionary. What is dictionary? Okay, so dictionary, see, in what case you can use dictionary, okay? Uh, Whenever we have, see, in the list and tuple, we have seen the sequence. For example, I want to store somebody name, okay, or somebody's salary, okay? So it's a sequence. For example, I want to store 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a natural number. So it's a sequence, it's an order, it's a sequence, okay? So list allow you to add, maintain a sequence, okay? So that is the full list. Suppose I have a use case. Let's suppose I'm just giving one use case. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. Let's suppose I have a team. I have a cricket team. Okay. I have a cricket team, and in cricket team, suppose I have a cricket team. Okay. And in that cricket team, there let's suppose there are 10 cricket teams. Okay. There are 10 cricket teams, and in every teams there is some captain, right? There will be some captain in every team, right? There's some captain, okay? And let's suppose India has who's captain? Rahul Dravid, right? I don't know. So let's suppose there's some captain. So I have multiple country like India, Australia, South Africa, multiple country, and it has a team, and every team has some captain and their name. Okay. So I want make a kind of pair. Just assume that I want a pair. Okay. I want a pair of country, suppose country, okay, country. and their captain. This is what is my requirement. Okay, I want a pair of country, suppose India, South Africa, and Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, whatever the teams they play cricket. Okay, and I want to along with the country, I want a pair that for this country, who's a captain. For India country, who's a captain. For South Africa country, who's the captain. Just like that. Right? So I want a kind of pair kind of structure. Okay, it's not a sequence. Okay, it's a pair. Okay, so whenever you have this kind of requirement that I want some kind of pair in my program, in that case, we use dictionary. That okay. Oh, okay, Anshita. Okay, no problem. Okay, I hope you have seen the previous video. I think you already have a programming background, right? So you can easily catch this because it's all thing is related to with other language also. If you have a Java
Yes,
background, so you
sir.
can.
I'm catching up. Yes.
Yeah, it's very easy to catch because you have a Java background. It's very easy for you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So every program is okay. I will talk about a dictionary. Okay. So whenever you have a kind of, for example, in Java, it's a hash map. If you know, you can read with the hash map structure. Okay. So any programming language,
Yes.
whenever you have a pair structure, you want to store pairs. Okay. And then so in the Python, it gives you a dictionary kind of structure. Okay. Dictionary is a data type. Okay. So you can use dictionary. So this in your mind, this should be very clear that when to use list, when to use tuple, when to use dictionary. The use case should be very clear to you. Okay. So dictionary is always in case pair. We want to store some two items of pairs. Okay. So it is called key and value. Pairs is called key and one is called value. Okay. So the key and value will always go into a pairs. Okay. For example, suppose here country. I want to store country and their captain name. Okay. So here country can be my key. Country will act as a key. Okay. And the captain name, okay, captain name will act as a value. Okay. So this is up to you decide. Okay. You can decide that what can be the key in my dictionary and what can be the value. Okay. And one more thing, that your key should be always unique. Okay. Key should be always unique. Okay. Uh, okay. So this is some requirement to create a dictionary. Okay. So key always is unique. Key cannot be duplicates. Okay. And the value can be anything. Value can be, there's no any restriction about the value. Value can repeat, value can be anything, but there's a restriction on the key. Okay. Whenever you are designing a dictionary, make sure that your key is always unique. There should be no duplication. Okay, this will be always unique. Okay, so and value can be anything. Okay, so this is some concepts, some basic concept. When you're designing a dictionary, it should be always a key value pair. And whenever you have a pair kind of a structure you want to store, you want to operate on that, you can use dictionary. And the key, there's a two part, key and value. Key is always unique in the dictionary. Okay, so these are some basic funda requirements. Okay, any doubt here, Julie? Any? Did you get this
Yes,
concept? Okay.
yes, I got it.
I can be fast. If you have any doubt, you can stop me. Okay.
Okay,
Now let
sir.
us see that how to create it. So these are the only basic understanding. Let's suppose I want to create, for example, only this example. I want to create this country and captain pair. How to do that? Okay. So this is the code in Python. Okay. So you have to give us some variable name. For example, I can give country captain name. Yep. I can give any name. Okay. It's a variable name. You can give any variable name. Okay. And then you have to use curly braces like this. So in Python, if you use curly braces, it becomes a dictionary. Okay. Python is it's very flexible. Okay. If you give a square bracket like this, okay, it becomes a list. You're creating a list right now. Okay. If I give this angle bracket, it becomes a tuple. It's a tuple now. Okay. If you're giving this kind of bracket, okay, curly bracket, it becomes a uh, dictionary. It's a dictionary. So with the symbol only, the Python will determine that what kind of data type it is, whether it's a list, it's a tuple, or it's a dictionary with only this symbol. Okay, you getting this? So this is where we create a list, okay, a dictionary, okay, and in the dictionary you have to decide one key and one value. I discussed, right? So here my key is the country name. Okay, this is what I want to store. So what is my country here? Suppose India. Okay, so India is a text, right? So how to store India? It can be a text, it can be a string. Okay, so I'm writing here India. So India is my key. Okay, and what is the value, corresponding value for India? India team. Who is the captain? Suppose Rahul Dravid. No, not Rahul. Who is that? What's the person name? कौन है? Kohli. Kohli. Okay, I think
Virat
Kohli.
Kohli.
Kohli. Okay, something like that. Okay, so you can see that it's a pair. Okay, the first portion, this portion, okay, it's a key. Okay, and colon, we give a colon, and after colon we give a value. Okay, so it becomes a key value pair. So India is a team, and for India team, who's the captain? Kohli. You can see that I'm storing a pair. India is my team, and Kohli is their captain. Okay. Suppose I want to store one more pair. This is one pair. If you want to store one more pair, just put a comma. Okay, and let's suppose Australia. Suppose I want to for Australia country, I want to create another pair. Okay, and here I can give whatever, I don't know the name. Suppose ABC. I'm just giving some random name. Okay, like this. Okay, similarly, you can add multiple items like this: Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, whatever. You can add multiple items. Okay, so it becomes a dictionary like this. Okay, so this is the one pair, this is a one pair, this is a second pair. So like this, you can add multiple pairs inside in one dictionary. Okay, and make sure that your key is always unique. Okay, and let's suppose by mistake here again I added India. Okay, suppose by mistake I again added India, and suppose here I write uh, suppose Surya. I'm just giving some random name. Okay, like this. Okay, so I told that key should be always unique. Okay, so you already added India here. This is your key. Or you again adding India. Okay, what will happen? How the dictionary will behave in that case? It will ignore the first one. Okay, so actually, I mean, it is update. Actually, it is updating the value. Okay, so now India, because the key is same, so Kohli, it will not consider Kohli right now. It will consider the last one. Okay, Surya. So it got updated. Basically, you are updating the item here. Okay, so so here there will be not two India. Okay, there will be just one single India because your key is unique, right? So there will be one single India, and the previous India value like Kohli, it will get updated. Let me print this. Okay, if I print it, okay, so it will display this. You can see that India. At first I added Kohli, okay, then India added Surya, okay, but it is displaying Surya only. So it is ignoring Kohli because it maintains single key. Okay, India, it will not create two India or two key for India. It will maintain single key. That's why key is unique in dictionary. Okay, so you can see that India is this is my one key, one pair, India and Surya, and Australia ABC. This is my second pair. Okay, so like this we create dictionary. Any doubt here? How to create dictionary?
No, sir.
Okay, so it's always a pair. Okay,
Yes,
and
sir.
this way we create a dictionary. Okay, so we have seen that how to create list, how to create tuple, how to create dictionary, how to access list, how to access tuple. Okay, let us see some more methods. There are a lot of operation. Okay, inside the list, inside the tuple, there are multiple things you can do in the dictionary. So first, let us start the dictionary first. Okay, so in the dictionary, what you can do, there are multiple operations you can support. Okay, so first of all, let us see how to retrieve the item, retrieval, retrieval process or fetching, how to do fetching, how to retrieve or how to get items from dictionary. Okay, because it's very basic operation. How to fetch something from the data type. Okay, so in list and tuple, uh, see list and tuple both are index kind of data type. One second, I'm just coming. Okay. So how to access the item? Okay. So one thing, there's a basic difference. List and tuple both are index-based data structure. Okay. They have an indexing internally. You can access the list and tuple from 0, 1 to like index-based. Okay. But dictionary is not an index-based. They don't maintain any index like 0, 1, 2. Okay. So how to access the item from the dictionary using the key? We leverage the key. Okay. So always we use key to access something. In list tuple, we always use index 0, 1, 2 to access something. But in case of dictionary, we always use key to access something. Remember, okay? For example, let me give some example. Suppose I want to pull India from this dictionary. I want to get the India item. Okay, for India, I want to know who's the captain. Okay, so how to pull something from dictionary? You use the dictionary name, variable name. Okay, and here you have to use angle this square bracket. Okay, and here you have to give the key name. You have to enter the key name. Okay, so what is the key name here? So key is my India. This is my one of the key. Australia, right? These are my two keys, right? So you have to give the key name here. Okay, like this. Suppose I'm giving India. Okay, so it will pull what for India? What is the corresponding name? Kohli, right? So let us see that what is coming here. So let's suppose I store somewhere. Okay, so from dictionary, from this dictionary, I'm giving the India as a key. Then it will try to pull that data which having that index. Okay, and just let me print Z. Let us see what will come inside the Z. So what should be the Z content? It should be Kohli or Surya.
Surya.
Okay, because it's got updated. Okay, so India has a Surya. Okay, Surya. So like this, you can use a key in case of dictionary to pull items. Okay, got it. So this is a difference. In list tuple, we use index, and in dictionary, we use key to pull something. Till here, it is clear, right? Any doubt here?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us see more advanced operation. Whatever we have covered is very simple operation. There are a lot of things we can do. So let us see some more operation on dictionary and list and tuple. Okay. So more operations. Let us see that. What we can do more on these data types. Okay. So here, let us see again. Let us take the example here. So we can do a lot of things here. So let us go one by one. Okay. So this is, for example, here it is giving example how to create dictionary. So for example, I want to store a student. Okay, suppose in the data type, I have a student record. Okay, so every student has some name, their age, their grade, and what subject they study. Okay, so you can see that it's a key value pair, right? For example, this student name is Alice, age is 20, grade is something, subject is a list of items. Okay, so it's you can see it's a name, it's a name and value pair. Okay, it's a pair. Age 20, it's a pair, it's a pair, it's a pair. Okay, so that's why we can store a student information. We're creating a student information into in terms of key value pair, and we are storing it. Okay, if we have if you know database table, right? So in the table we store column, right? We have multiple columns, and for each column we have multiple corresponding value. So the column name become like a key. Just assume it's a key. Okay, name is one column, age is one column in database table, grade is one column. So it becomes a key. Okay, so that's why we can store we can create any kind of a key value pair, and we can create some data using dictionary. This is one example. Okay, these are the empty dictionary. Okay. Uh, okay. There are multiple. There. Okay. I will talk about that. How to get multiple. Okay. You can see that here the key. I told that key can be anything. Okay, but key should be unique. That's the only difference. You can create any kind of key. For example, you can see that here the key is a string type. Okay, but in this case, key is an integer type. So 42 column any number. So you can see 42 is a key here. Okay, so key can be anything. Only thing it should be unique and immutable. Okay, for example, see you can see the 1 comma 2. It's a tuple. So I'm creating tuple as a key. So key can be anything. Okay, only thing key should be unique. Okay, so this is a different way to creating a dictionary. You can see a lot of you have given multiple way to create dictionary. Okay, and how to access the item. Suppose access I told right. We have to you have to use index. Sorry, you have to use the key. For example, this is my student dictionary. It has a name, it has age, 20, city. Okay, suppose I want to pull some data, some record, for example, from student. Okay, so how to pull it? Using the uh, key. Okay, for example, I want to pull name. I want to pull this pair. Okay, so here I'm giving student and bracket, and I'm passing the key. So this will give a Bob output. Okay, this is the pulling, this is the accessing the item. I want to access age. So same thing, student, and I'm passing the key. It will give me 22. Okay, this is one way. Okay, another way is this is called a square bracket. Using a square bracket, you can pull item from dictionary. Okay, there's another way to pull item using get. Okay, so there are two ways to pull item. Okay, first thing, for example, let me create one dictionary, then I will give the difference. Suppose I'm creating this dictionary. Okay, so let us understand different way to pull the item. So this is my one student. Okay, let's suppose I want to pull something. So I from student, I want to pull name. I can do like this, name like this. Okay, and I can just put into print. So I can display what the data coming like this. Okay, so it will print what? Bob, right? I'm pulling the Bob name Bob. Okay, this is one way to pull the data. Another way is using get function. Okay, so okay, one thing, this data dictionary, for example, dictionary. Okay, so every data type, for example, list, tuple, dictionary, whatever we have seen, they have multiple operation. Okay, they support multiple operation. Okay, remember. So how to see, let's suppose you don't have to remember all the operation name, okay? But I want to see that what are different operation, what are different functions, different methods that support. Okay. For example, I want to know that student is a dictionary. Okay. Let us see that. Okay. First of all, I want to do inspection. It is called inspecting something. Inspecting data type. Okay, I want to inspect. Okay, so how to do that? Okay, so for that there is one some couple of function. Okay, you have to remember some couple of function. For example, type is one function in Python. Type. Okay, so type will tell you that if you're dealing with some variable. Okay, you want to know that what kind of data type it is. For example, here I have created a student, right? I have a student. You know that student is a kind of what? It's a dictionary, right? I know that because I have created a dictionary, so I know that it's a dictionary. But programmatically, I want to know that what is the data type student it is. Okay. So how to do inspection? So in that case, you can use type function, use type and pass the variable name student like this. Okay. And see, and you can use print just to display. Is my syntax, are you getting the syntax or syntax, you finding some confusion in the syntax? So I'm using type function. Okay. So why I'm using type function? I just want to know that suppose I have a student variable, and suppose this time I don't know whether student is what. Student is a list, it's a tuple, it's an integer, it's a float. I don't know. Let's suppose I don't know that what is the data type the student is supporting. I don't know. And programmatically I want to make some I want to check it, I want to inspect that student is what the student it is. Okay, so in that case you can use type function. It will give you the type of data type. You can see that it is saying that student is a dictionary. Okay, so type is very handy function whenever you want to inspect that variable is what kind of data type it is. Got it? You can use type. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
for
yes.
example, for example, suppose I have some x is equal to 9. Okay, and I want to see that what is the x data type. I can use like print type function and inside that type pass x. Okay, so can you tell me what the data type of x? What the x is type? It's
Number.
what number? It's an integer, right? So it will say int type. Okay, so type is very useful. Suppose I'm doing 9.5, 9.6. It's a decimal number, right? It's a float.
Float.
Okay, let's suppose I say true. It's a boolean type, right? So
Boolean.
it will say bull. Okay, let's suppose I say some name ABC. It's a string type. Okay,
String.
so it will say str. class is str. Okay, so type is very handy function. You can get the it will you can get the type of data type. For example, this one. If I use this, what is this?
List.
List, list. If I use like this, uh,
Tuple.
what is this? Tuple. So it says, oh, it says str.
What did it say? STR?
For tuple, you have to give one comma, then it will become tuple. Okay.
Okay.
Because it will because it's a single element, so it's considering as a string only. If you put a comma,
Okay.
then it will consider as multiple elements. So it's not tuple. Okay. For example, if I say this only, empty, it's empty tuple, then it's a tuple. Okay. If I say empty list, that's a list. If I say empty dictionary, that's a dict. You getting this? So
Okay.
type is one function. Just remember, you can find that data. Okay. This is one thing. Second thing, very important function is in function is dir. Okay. Let us understand what dir. So let's suppose I have a dictionary. For example, student is my dictionary, right? So in that dictionary, I want to see that I told that dictionary has multiple operations. You can do multiple things. Every list, tuple, dictionary, you can do multiple operations. Okay. So I want to know that what are the different operations they support. Okay. So in order to do that, if you want to get the internal structure or internal all the operation they support, okay, you can use this function. Okay. For example, let me do print. Okay. And dir, okay, dir function, okay, like this, dir, okay, and see, once again, let me remove print. So dir tells you that for student variable, okay, I know that student is a dictionary type, right? It's a dictionary type, okay. So in this dictionary type, what are different types of operation they support? Okay, so I want to get all the list. Okay, so in that case, you can use dir. Okay, let's suppose you're writing some program and suddenly you forget something. In this dictionary, what are different methods? What are different functions? What are different operations? I sometimes I forget. Okay, use this function dir. It will give all the list of operations. You can see that it has multiple operations. Okay, right now, whatever you can see is starting with underscore underscore. Okay, these are the private things. Okay, so Python maintains they have a lot of private internal structure. You don't have to worry about that. So ignore all the things which is starting from underscore underscore. It's a private. It's an internal to Python. Okay, so they maintain its internal structure. They maintain internally. Okay. Apart from that, which is not starting with underscore underscore, that is important for you, and that is for programmer. That is for end user. Okay. For example, clear, copy, from key, get, items, keys, pop items, set default, update values. Okay. So for you, these are the important for you. This one. So these are the different functions, different operation, and you can try this. Okay. Other one which are starting from underscore this, you can ignore that. It's for internal Python use. Okay. So this way, I want to do some inspection that what are different operation my uh, data type they support. You can use dir function, very handy function. Okay. For example, I suppose I'm creating a list. I have a list item, list of some suppose 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I want to see that this list, what they have different operation. I can do same thing, print dir list. Okay. And let us see what they have. Okay. So in the list, what are, let me remove print. It will print a new line. Okay. So just ignore this underscore underscore and just focus on other part. Okay. So see in the list, there are multiple operations. You can do append, clear, copy, count, extend, index, insert, swap, remove, reverse, sort. There are multiple things which the list support. Okay, I will cover that. I have not covered these things, but they have multiple operations. Okay, similarly for tuple, let's suppose if I make a tuple. So let us see what the tuple has, different operations. Okay, so tuple has just count and index. Okay, as I discussed, right, tuple you cannot modify. Tuple is an immutable kind of structure. So that is why tuple is not giving you operations or method to modify the content. Okay, so it has very simple two operation count. You can count something and you can find the index. It has no any operation to mutate or change or update, because by design it is immutable structure. Okay, so this way you can use dir function and you can find a lot of operation. And you can, suppose you want to learn something, suppose you want to find that, okay, how the items work, how the keys work, you can do the search, you can do chat gpt, and you will find all the operations. Okay, so this way you can do self study. Okay, but I will cover a couple of things. Okay, okay, now let us understand a couple of things. For example, dictionary. Okay, I was covering dictionary. So dictionary. Okay, so in dictionary, I saw that there are two function get, right? Get function. You see get function. Okay, so get function. How the get function work? We can pull some data. Okay, so for pulling the data, there are two approach. In dictionary, you can pull data by two approach. Uh, Pull data from dict. Okay, there are two approach using key, using a square bracket, and other is using get function. There are two approach, get function. Okay, let us understand. So because it has a get function, you can see that it has a get function. So suppose from student I want to pull name. Okay, so I saw that. So there, let me write the code. So student, student, and you can use the key like this square bracket. It will display the name. Okay, this is one approach. Second approach is using get function. Student dot get, and pass the key. Again, you have to pass the key here, name. Okay, and it will get you the same WOP. Okay, but what is the difference between a square bracket and using gate? Okay, there is one difference. The difference is that this square bracket, the key one, okay, it is very strict. Okay, suppose here, suppose here, I want to pull something, for example, from this student, which having no key. Suppose I have a name, I have an age, I have a city. Okay, suppose I want to pull salary, which there's no key. Okay, so suppose by mistake. Okay, I had no intention. By suppose by mistake in my program, I write something here which is there's no key in the structure. Okay, and I'm using square bracket. What will happen? It will give you error, key error. Okay, because it is not finding the key. Okay, in the student there's no salary. Okay, there's no any salary key. Okay, so you have to be, whenever you're using the square bracket, you have to be very careful. You have to handle this kind of error, because sometimes what happens, by mistake you can pass some key and maybe that key is not available in the structure, in the dictionary, it can throw error. Okay, so it's an error prone. Okay, you just whenever you are very 100% sure, you are 100% damn sure that there's a key something in the dictionary, then you can use, it's a safe one. But if there's no, by mistake something wrong happened, there's no key, it is not safe. So generally we don't use. Okay, we use only in case it is safe, but in production generally we don't use. So we use get. Okay, suppose here I pass salary. Okay, and suppose salary there's no key, so it will not throw any error, just like in previous case, it will give you none. uh, let me store somewhere, and then I will print it. Print T. Okay, so I save it. None. So none is one kind of data type. None is kind of something. If you know programming, for example, null in Python, in Java we call it null. So none is kind of something which is not present right now. Okay. Suppose I have variable okay, and that variable is having no any data right now. There's no, I mean, we have a container, but that container is not pointing or there's no any type, okay, then it's called none. Okay, so you can see that it is gracefully handling. Okay, whenever there's no key found, it is not giving you error. Gracefully, it is giving you none. It is, I mean, your program will not touch that. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, and suppose okay, so this is the only difference between indexing. When the if the key is there, then it's not problem. If the key is not found, it gives error. But get it will not give you error. It will give you none. Okay, that is okay. That's the only difference. Any doubt here between get and square bracket? How to pull it?
No, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. So this is a pull. This is a get. Okay. Next thing I will want to cover items, which is very important. Okay, items. Okay. So actually, you can also after this you can also do research. You can also read. Okay. So how to use items? Suppose if I use items, student dot items. Okay. And let's suppose so what the item does. Okay. So you can see that student, it's a pair, right? So name and Bob, it's one pair. Age 22, it's one pair. City New York is one pair, right? So I can call this pair as one item. Okay, this name and Bob is one item. It is one item. We call it item. Okay, in dictionary. So this is one item. One pair is equal to one item. So age and 22 is one item. City and New York is one item. Okay, so whenever you use items, you're getting a pair. It always gives you pairs. One thing remember, items will always give you pair, some set of pair. Okay, so because it is giving a pair, it is giving you both key and value. Key and value. Okay, so let us see. One second. Let me print it. Let me print this. You can also display here. Okay, so you can see that if I say student.items, okay, it is giving you list. This is a return type. Okay, it is giving you list of items. Okay, it is giving you list of items or pair. Okay, so name and Bob, it is one pair, right? So you can see that it's one item. This is one item. Age 22 is second item. City New York, it's a second, third item. So whatever data you have stored into dictionary, okay. So items will give all the items one by one. It's a list of items. This is one item. This is one item. This is one item. So if you want to get all the items as a list, you can use items. Okay, the names are the items. Items means plural. Okay, it is not item. It's items. You can say S. Okay, so that is why it is giving a list. It is giving you a list of items. Okay, and once I get a list of item, I got these items. Okay, then I can do some operation on this list on this item. I will talk about in the for looping when we do looping. Okay, so this will give me what let's suppose if I suppose I store here in some variable. Suppose I store in P. Okay, I store in P. Okay, let us run this. And I want to see that what the P is. I want to see the data type of P. How to do that? Use type. Let us see what the type of P.
Type.
It's a dict items. Okay, so it's an item. So dict item is an inbuilt. It's a Python data type, internal Python data type. Okay, which is nothing but it's a list of items. Okay, so this gives you a list of items. Okay, how to use this item? For that, I need to teach you looping. How to do looping? Okay, then you will get some idea that how to leverage this code. Okay, right now because I'm not cover looping. Once I will cover looping, then I will again come back here. Okay, how to loop, how to iterate list, how to iterate dictionary. I will come back. Okay, but right now, just for sake of understanding, this is what item does. Okay, it will give you a list of items. Okay. Okay, let's suppose a key, then items, then keys. Okay, I want to get all the keys from the dictionary. What is the key? Name is a key, one key, age, city, right? I want to get only all the keys. So in that case, you can use key. Okay, what is that? Student, right? Student dot key. Okay, keys, no? Keys or key. Keys. Okay, yeah, because it's a list. Okay, so it will give you a list of dict key. Let me print here. Let me print inside print. Keys should be function. Yeah. So it is giving me all the list, all the keys as a list of keys, name, age, city. Okay. So keys give me all the list of keys. So dict keys is a data type. So it's a list of all the keys. Okay. So, get is important, items is important, keys are important. There are a lot of things. Update. One thing I will cover, guys. You can do. You can just try this. Okay. For example, suppose you want to read. I want to suppose I want to understand update, how the update work. Okay, because I have limited time. Otherwise, okay. Let me. Okay. So gate, I cover gate. Okay. How to modify something. Okay, I will cover the how to remove something. Dictionary methods. Yeah, it has covered all the methods. Okay, so it has keys. So it will give all the list of keys. Okay, values. It will give only the value. Okay, keys is only for pulling all the keys. Okay, suppose I want to pull all the values, only values. Again, it will give a dit value, all the values. Okay, I want to get all the key value pairs, then items. Keys is only for keys or list of keys. Values is only list of values. Items is a list of key value pair, both. It will give you both key and value like this. Okay, so this is clear, right? Keys, values, items, it is clear. And looping I will
Yes.
cover. Looping I will cover later.
Yes.
For loop I will cover later. I'm not cover right now. I will come back here. Okay, comprehension I will cover. Yeah. So these are some basic operation. So how to use keys, items, gate, popping I will cover. It's a okay. Mm, for removal purpose we will pop. Okay, and then update. Let me cover update. Okay, how to use update. So update is very important. So update, what happens? Suppose I have two dictionary. Okay, it work with two dictionary. Okay, let me write here. I will update here. Otherwise I'll let me write here. Suppose I have two dictionary. Okay, suppose dict one. I have dict one, and suppose it has some key value pair. Suppose it has k1. This is one key, and value. Suppose I'm giving suppose 10, 12, and 100. Okay, then I have another key k2, and it has some value, suppose 90. Okay, I have one dictionary, I have another dictionary, dict2. Okay, it has some, suppose this one. Okay, so suppose I want to merge, I want to combine both dictionary. I have k1, k2, k3, k4. Okay, I want to combine both. Okay, whenever you have two dictionary you want to combine, you write dict1 dot update. Okay, and pass dict2. Okay, so what this statement does? So you are updating dictionary one. Okay, you can just like assume that like this. Okay, you're saying that, hey, I have a dict one. Update that dict one with dict two. Update update dict one with dict two. Okay, so here in this statement, who is getting updated, dict one or dict two?
Dictor.
Dict one. Okay, so dict two will remain same. Okay, let me run this. I updated. Let us see what is the dict one. Okay, so dict one will get updated now. It will contain both k1, k2, k3, and k4. K1, K2, K3, K4. Okay. What about Dict2?
K3,
Dict2 will
K4.
remain same. It will not get updated. So this is still same. Okay. So if I say Dict1, I mean I'm updating Dict1. If I suppose if I do a reverse, Dict2 update Dict1, then here I'm updating Dict2 from Dict1, and Dict1 will remain same. Let me again run this. Okay. Now Dict1 will remain same. I'm not updating Dict1. Okay. I'm updating Dict2. So Dict1 will remain same, K1, K2. Now Dict2 will become what? Combination of both. So K3, K4, K1, K2. Okay. So we use update to update dictionary. I mean, combine two different dictionary. Okay. This is clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Why we do update values? We cover all the value, all the key, all the item, gate, update. Okay. And pop item, I will you can try go. Okay. I'm not covering right now because pop is all for removal purpose, but I will suggest you just read this. Okay. Just do dict dir function, create some dictionary, use dir function, and see list all the operations which they cover. Okay. And you can just copy this and you can go to Cloud chat GPT and ask that how to use copy function of dictionary. Give me some example. They will give nice example. So this way you can self-study. Okay. So I cover gate, items, keys. I think these are important. Update, values. Okay. Clear is just to clear all the content. Okay. Copy for copy purpose. Okay. And from keys, you can it will create another form key. You can just try. Okay. I'm not covering everything. Okay. Set default. This is your task, guys. Okay. Just copy. Just I will ask you. Just revise everything. Okay. Just go there and again ask ChatGPT to give me some example. They will give example. Okay. Cool. You can
Yes,
do
sir.
that. I'm not
Yes,
covering
sir.
everything. Okay. I think which is important. I've covered that. Okay. So this is all the operation of dictionary. Okay. So as of now, you know how to create dictionary. Okay. It's a key value pair. How to pull the data from dictionary using square bracket, using get function. What is the difference between a square bracket and get? Okay. And how to pull like different operation, like what is the keys, dictionary dot keys, values, items, update, right? These are all things we cover. Okay. Now, again, I'm going back to list. Similarly, I want to see all the operation of list. Okay. So suppose I have a list and suppose I have some item in it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just giving some number. Okay. This is my list. Okay. And I want to see all the operation which the list supports. So I will use dir function of list and list. And let us see what are different functions there. Okay. So it has multiple options. Okay. So it has append, clear, copy, count, extend, index, insert, pop, remove, reverse, sort. Okay. Let us understand it. So as of now, in previous class, we have covered how to create list. Okay. What is the concept of indexing, how to create, what is the indexing, and how to pull the data from the list using indexing, and how to update something inside the list, right? This much we have covered in the previous class. Right. Now, let us see some more thing which we can do on the list. Okay. For example, append, which is very, very important. I think most of the time you will use append. Okay. Most of the time. Okay. So append is what? Let's suppose I have a list like this. Okay. I have some element 2, 3, 4, 56. Okay. And suppose I want to append. Append is what? I want to add more content. Okay, suppose later on I discover that I have some more content. I want to keep adding. Append is like more adding. Suppose, okay. So I have this list. Suppose I want to add 10. I want to add more element. Okay. So if you want to add more element in the existing list, you can use append function. Append. Okay. As the name suggests, appending, you are appending something. You have already something, you're just adding something. Okay. So how to append? So suppose I have already a list, right? LS, this is my list, already I have list. I want to add new element inside the list. Okay, so how to do that? List variable name dot append, okay? And you can append some items. For example, I want to append 200, okay? Appended here, and let us see what the list becomes. So after appending, list will get updated. I mean, it will add one more element, 200, okay? And append always comes at the last. It will not come in the middle in between or in the front. Okay, it will always go at the last. It's kind of appending. Append is always happen at the last. Okay, so this is what append does. Okay, let's suppose I want to append here anything. I want to append true. So list is not a kind of, you can store anything inside the list. Okay, I want to run this, and now list become uh, 200 and two. I do okay. I did 2 times. Okay, so become two times. Okay, and list may you can there could be duplicates also. Suppose 200 is already there. Again, I want to append 200. So you can add duplicates item in the list. So again, you can see 200 coming 2 times, repeating 200, 200. Okay. So this time, the more you do append, it will keep appending. Okay. Let's suppose I want to, inside a list, I want to append another list like this. Suppose I'm passing here 1, 2, 3. Okay. So you can see here, it's a list, right? I'm using a square bracket. So I'm appending a list inside a list. Okay. So it is called nested list. This way you can create nested list. Now let me run this. You can see that it's a nested list. Okay. Suppose I want to create a tuple. I want to add tuple. You can do that. I mean, there's no restriction. Okay. In other language like Java, it's very strict type. Python is a dynamic type. There's no restriction. You can pretty much you can add anything. You can see that not tuple get added. Okay. Suppose you want to add dictionary, you can add dictionary here. Let me add dictionary here. Okay. So I create one dictionary like this. And suppose I want to add some key value. Suppose K1, comma, 200. Okay. And K2, second key. Okay. And suppose 2000. Okay. So now you can, you're appending a dictionary inside a list. You can see that 2, 3, 4, 5 list, tuple, or dictionary. Okay. So inside the list, you can add pretty much anything, any kind of data type you can. There's no, it's a dynamic. There's no restriction inside the list. Okay. So this is a very important function append. We use most of the time in program. Okay. So this way we can append anything. Any doubt here? How to use append?
No, sir, it's clear.
Okay. Clear, what the clear will does, it will remove everything. Okay. So suppose in this list, I have this many items. Okay. If I do list.clear, it will just wipe off. Everything got clear. There will be no content. Okay. Now let us print the list. Let us see what the content list is. So everything is gone. It's become empty. So clear will make it empty. There is no content. Okay. So you can try this. Okay. This all things you can try using ChatGPT. You can try. You can practice. Okay. Copy will copy something. Okay. Count is let's suppose I have some duplicate item. Suppose if I create a list. Okay. Count will count. Okay. This is also very good function. Suppose I have a list and list has some items. Suppose 1 second. Let me create some item. Suppose this item of 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, something like that. Okay. I have some item 7. Okay. This is my list. Okay. I want to count that, for example, 7. Okay. How many times 7s are coming, appearing in the list? Okay. So you can see list.count. Okay. And pass the element 7. I want to check that 7, how many times they are repeating and how many, what the occurrence they have. 7 occurring 2 times. Suppose if I pass here 2, I want to count 2 in the list. So how many times? 1 time. So it should give me 1. Suppose if I say for 1 time, okay. Suppose something which is not there, suppose 2000. It will be 0 because there is no content. It is not containing any 2000, right? So count is kind of counting. I want to count the element that how many times they are repeating, how many, what the occurrence they have. So this is for count. Okay. Extend. Just like update in the dictionary, we saw update, right? We want to merge two dictionary, we use update. In the list also, suppose I have two lists, I want to merge two lists, we use extend. It is just a version of update. Okay, let's suppose I have two lists. Suppose list one and list two. Okay, so extend is also very useful function. Most of the time we use it. Suppose I have some two, I have some item here, some item. Okay, and I want to merge list two inside list one. Okay, so how to do that? I will write like this: list one dot extend list two. List one dot extend list two. Okay, so now tell me here. My machine, like, let me close some tab here. Okay, so here I have some list. It is connected. Yeah, it is connected. Okay, so suppose I have in list two, I have some item to 600, 9,000 something. Okay, I have two lists now. Okay, and if I say that list one dot extend list two. Okay, so now tell me which list will get updated, list one or list two?
List one.
List one. Okay, list one. So here I'm adding list two inside list one. Okay, you can see the list one. So now list one will have more item. You can see that. So 2, 3, 4, 5. It is coming originally. It was already there. Now list one is also containing the content of list two also, like this. It is coming from list two. Okay, but list two will remain same. There's no change in list two because I'm not extending list two. I'm extending list one. Okay, if I reverse it, then the thing will reverse. I think the same concept with update. So now list one will remain same. Yeah. Okay, let me rerun everything. Yeah, list one will remain same. Only list two will get updated. It will extend it. Okay, so this is what we use extend function. Okay, so append, clear, count, extend. Any doubt here? Index. Index is, suppose I want to find some element index. Okay, for example, in the list one, this is my list one, right? Suppose I want to find suppose list one dot index, list one dot index. Okay, I want to get the index of suppose 7. Okay, or suppose 6. What is the index of 6? 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the fourth position. What is the index of 7? So it will be the first index 5. Okay, so it will always count the first occurrence. Okay, so this way it will give the index. You can try this. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, count, extend, insert. Suppose, yeah, insert. Okay, append and insert. These are two operations. Okay, append, always add at the last. Appending, you are appending something. Okay, let's suppose I want to add something in the middle, not at the last, in the middle. Okay, for that you can use insert. Okay, so insert is like for example, uh, suppose I have a names. Okay, some list of names. uh, ABC. Okay, this is my names. Okay, and let's suppose if I do append, suppose if I do appends names dot append, it will always add at the last. Suppose if I say XYZ, XYZ, so XYZ will come after ABC. the last one. Okay, now you can see the names. So names will XYZ will come at the last. Okay, but suppose XY, I want to add XYZ just after Raj. Okay, at this position. Okay, I don't want to add XYZ at the bottom. I want to just after the Raj. Here I want to add. Okay, in that case, you can use insert. Okay, generally we don't use it. Generally we don't use insert. Okay, because it's very costly. Insert is very slow process. Okay, append is very fast, but insert is very slow. So how to do insert? Okay, so we have to give the index number. Okay, suppose I want to add XYZ. So at what index you want to add XYZ? So you have to give the index number. Okay, like this. Okay, so suppose at 2, 0, 1, 2. Suppose I want to add at 1. Okay, 0, 1. Okay, so at one index I want to add XYZ. So after 1, 0, 1. Okay, so XYZ will get one index. So I mean after Raj, after 0, it will come here. Okay, so this way in the middle, you can insert something forcefully at particular index. Generally we don't use insert pretty much because it's very slow process. Mostly we use append, but in some cases you want to make some insertion in the middle of the list, you can use insert. But generally I don't have seen any use case, but yeah, this is also the function there. Okay, so this is the insert. Okay, reverse is reverse is for reversing the element. Suppose I want to make a reverse. Suppose I have something. I am name, right, and suppose if I do a reverse name dot reverse, it will just do the uh, opposite. I mean, reverse the element. Okay. So it was Raj, Ajay, ABC. If I do reverse, it will in the reverse order. First ABC, Ajay, then Raj. It's just reversing it. Okay. Suppose I want to sort it. Suppose I have some element. There's some sorting feature. Suppose I have 2, I have 5, I have 1, I have 2000, I have 5000, I have 30. Okay. I hope you know the sorting, right? What is sorting? This maps, we can sort it either in ascending or descending order. Okay, so right now this element there's no sorting, there's no need sorting order right now. Okay, I want to sort it in the ascending order. So how to do that? Names dot sort, you have, there's a sort function. Okay, it will sort by default, it will sort in the ascending order. So 1, 2, it's coming from, it's starting from the lowest number, 1, 2, 5, then going to the highest number. Okay, if you want to do the reverse order, okay, so there's a one attribute you have to use, reverse true. Okay, then it will do in the reverse order. Otherwise, by default, it will do always ascending order. Okay, it's coming in the reverse order. Okay, so this is how we use sort. It's an inbuilt function. Okay, they have an inbuilt function, reverse. Okay, pop remove is for removing. You just try it. Okay, I cover all the important. So important is the append. This, I think most of the time you will append. Most of the time append and extend. Couple of times I asked. I think these two are very important functions, append and extend. Most of the time we use append and extend. Okay, but these are the things you can try this. Okay, so your job is just do this dir and find all the operation and just do a research using ChatGPT and try something. Okay, open a Google Colab notebook, create some list, and get all the function name and do some programming, do some maybe from the Claude, ChatGPT, copy paste here, just try something. Okay, so you have to make your hand dirty. Okay, from here when I'm teaching here, it looks very. I know that it's very easy to understand. You will getting everything. I know that, but when the times come to code something, program something, uh, things gets messy. Okay, so first you practice it. Okay, then I will have an idea. Okay, so I cover all the operation of list. I cover all the operation of dictionary. Let us see tuple. Tuple has very limited function because it's a immutable structure, so they don't have much thing to do. Okay, so but I'm giving example. Suppose I create some tuple here, tuple this one. Okay, Let us see what are different operations they have. So dir of tuple. So they don't have much operation because it's a read only. It has only two in count. Okay, you can count the occurrence and get the index. That's all. Okay. Suppose I want to count how many times the 5 is repeating. Okay, so it will give you 1, but I want to get the index. Okay, so these two operation is also in the list. Count and index, it is also in the list. You can see that count is there. Count, where is count? Count is there and index is there. Okay, so this also has a list. Okay, but these are like clear pen because it's a what the append is doing, it is modifying something. So these operations are not supported by the tuple because tuple you cannot modify. Okay, append, clear, copy, extend, insert, pop, remove, reverse. These things you cannot do in the tuple. Only you can do count and you can do index. Okay, so tuple is very limited. There are no much operation. So I covered tuple, how to create tuple, how to access the tuple. You cannot modify the tuple. I cover the list, how to create list, how to pull the item, how to update the item in the list, and all the operation append, clear, copy. These are the very important. And I covered dictionary, how to create dictionary, and key value pair. Okay, and difference operation, how to pull the item. Okay, and items, keys. These are very important. Gate, items, keys, and update. These are very values. Okay, these are very important. Items is very important. I will cover when I will cover the looping, how to looping, then how to use items. I will cover that. Okay, so these are the basic operations. So guys, you have job now. You have to try this. You practice this. Only then you will become strong and confident. Okay, so these are the basic operation inside list tuple. I cover that. Okay, list tuple dictionary. Okay, and yeah, this much I cover. Okay. Hmm, let me. It is okay if I take more 10 minutes of time. It is okay, or it's, guys were getting late. Otherwise, I can cover tomorrow. Tomorrow I will complete it. Okay. Range, loop, function. I will cover tomorrow. These are the small topics.
Yes.
So let's do
Tomorrow is
let's do it.
fine.
Yeah. So you guys, because these are very important in the Python. These like this data type is very important. Numerical, string, boolean, Khaskar list, tuple, dictionary. These are very important. Okay. So I will suggest you spend some time today and do some practice on that. Okay. And how to do practice? I will. Okay. One thing I will share this file with you. Okay. What you have to do? You have to upload this file. Okay, go to your Google Drive. Okay, I will share this file. Go to Google Drive, and in the Google Drive, open your Google Drive. Okay, like this. Go to Google Drive. Okay, and in that new, okay, you do the file upload. Okay, then this file you can upload it into your drive. Okay, so you can practice. I will share this file right now. You can download this file like this. Okay, download IPNB file. Okay, and this file I will share with you. What you have to do, how to use this file, go to your Google Drive. Okay, and just click new and upload, file upload. Okay, whatever file I will share with you, just upload it. It will come here and you just click it, then it get whatever content it has. You can see all the content and you can run it in your local. Okay, so this way you can practice it. Okay, and so practice about list tuple dictionary and take example or take help of Claude or some Chat GPT. You will get a lot of idea. Okay, so I have given you all the basic understanding, basic foundation. Now your job is to practice more, so you will have you will feel comfortable. Okay,
Okay.
so tomorrow I will finish it. Tomorrow I will complete Python. I know that I'm not, again I'm saying I'm not expecting that you will become expert in Python, but just get hands-on. Okay, as I promised, I will have to cover a lot of things. So tomorrow I will cover Python. Then I will start about some LLM API. Okay, how to use OpenAI, ChatGPT API. Okay, I will cover that.
Okay.
Okay, so your
Thank
job
you.
is practice it. Okay, okay.
Thank
So I will share the file. Just practice it. Okay, I will
you.
see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good
Okay.
Thank you,
night.
sir.